Well, here we go again. It's raining. What a surprise. However, this isn't something you see every Monday morning going up the river. It's a submarine on a barge.
Just a half an hour drive from our park up are some huge flood defences, part of the Delta works that protect Rotterdam and its canals. It took 6 years to build the gates in the 1990s, and they are part of Netherlands' defence against the constant struggle to tame the forces of water. This barrier is designed to withstand a storm that has an occurrence of only once in 10,000 years. They were put to the test by lowering the trigger point threshold during the storms in November 2008. But on the 21st of December 2023, they were closed for the first time in anger as the sea hit a level of 3 metres above normal levels, and the gate's computers closed them automatically. These gates are 237 metres long and weigh in an astounding 6,800 tonnes each, and are some of the largest movable structures on the planet. The structure is so immense and heavy that it's actually sinking very slowly, and in its predictive lifetime of 100 years it will sink 25 centimetres. But knowing this, they've already compensated for it. The arms are painted every 20 years, and each one takes 2 years to complete. The paint contains ground glass to reflect the sun and its heat to stop expansion, and it takes 340,000 litres. That's an Olympic swimming pool. It was an incredible feat of engineering to visit.
So we finally reached the Hook of Holland.
You say finally reached as if it's been a destination for years.
Well, that's for me.
Oh, okay.
Right, start again. So we finally got to the Hook of Holland. And yes, it was a destination for me for years. But what we didn't expect to see is restaurant after restaurant after restaurant with hundreds of tables. But the new train line brings the station here, it's literally 100 yards behind us.
So the metro line from Rotterdam does actually come to the beach. I would say about as level as we've parked in the big car park.
And there's the entrance to the rivers, the canals that go to Rotterdam.
This is called Europort. Now, this is where the big ships that can't actually get into Rotterdam anymore come to here, and they get decanted from here.
And as you can see, they don't have a problem with windmills either. There's thousands of them here. They're really quite cool, isn't it? And a lot more exciting than Belgium. You gotta say, this has gotta be the best tube station I've ever seen. Straight from Rotterdam, half an hour to here. Loads of tat shops, and the view from the station is the sea. How cool would that be? From a distance, these look like beach huts. They're actually not. They're places you can stay on the beach.
They take up to 6 people, 4 to 6 people, and there's 84 of them.
So you can get the tube all the way from Rotterdam. You get off, you've got a 2-minute walk, and you've got your little beach hut for the weekend. Wouldn't that be cool? And to be honest, it ain't a bad view. And if you're a bit of a saddo like me, you could sit there watching the boats coming in and out with the odd plane above as well.
From the Hook of Holland, we headed north and stayed in a fabulous farm campsite for a few days, where we spent a pleasant day exploring the local town of Edam. From here we headed to Keukenhof to see the tulips. They were wonderful, but you'll have to wait for a special bonus episode to see them. Coming soon.
So for years I wanted to come to Edam to see the market where they run around with the men carrying the kind of trolley in their clogs, but apparently it only happens in July and August, and we're here in May. So we'll have to come back. It is a fabulous, beautiful little town. So cute.
It is possibly, I think, the cutest little town that I've ever seen.
Problem is, it's full of American tourists, but other than that, it's lovely. And yes, we did buy a huge lump of cheese that one there.
So it's nice and sunny. Saturday. Ignore the hair. Nice and sunny Saturday afternoon. We were sat outside watching the grebes nest. We thought it'd be nice. Walked down to the harbour side of the town that we're in. It's supposed to have lots of lovely fish restaurants. So we thought we'd take a wander. And we've come back. I'm not too soaking because I had an umbrella, but our coats are soaking, hanging up there. My shoes filled up with water down there. My socks are hanging out there. My trousers are hanging in there. Can you see the colour difference and how wet that is? And we forgot to close the vent roof, so that it flooded, and we came in. I have cleared up now, but there was a great big flood down there. It was coming all the way down here, soaked into that bit of wood. Look,
it's still dripping.
It's still dripping.
It was the nicest afternoon we've had for 2 weeks, so we thought we'd go for dinner. And now we got back, we're soaked, and it stopped. So pasta and soup for dinner.
And we've got one bottle of beer between us and a bottle of wine. I don't like wine. So yeah, Saturday night ruined. Thanks, weather.
So we spent the last couple of days here at Volendam, which is literally a 10-minute cycle into Edam. That was our pitch here. Seeing all the grebes nesting. That was an absolute fabulous little view here. The windmill was lit up at night. There's herons, there's swans, there's grebes nesting. There's one right in front of us and there's one up the river there. Now we're going to go and do all the exciting stuff, go and clear the loos out, and then we're off to somewhere else. And today we're going to find the oldest geocache in the Netherlands. It's apparently in a sand dune buried up to 20 centimetres deep, so this is going to be fun. It's really weird walking on sand dunes inland, but thinking about it, this is probably 10 or 15 foot underwater, so under sea level water, so it's probably once seaside. So other than a little disaster, which we'll explain later, yeah, we'll have a little chat in the van about it later. We'll show you what happened. We have found the oldest geocache in Holland. Netherlands, Holland. No, we're not in Holland anymore. It's no longer the Holland county. But yeah, the oldest geocache in the Netherlands. Geocache number 43, I think, worldwide. So it's been here a very long time. It's buried in the sand under a tree.
In a giant sand dune inland.
Anyway, great to get it. Well, Holland, you suck. Somebody, while we've been out for walking, has tried to rip into our van. Luckily, our security system held up, but they've made a hell of a mess of the van, side of the van. We're going to have to cut all this section out and redo it. Bastards. Still, they didn't get in.
No, they didn't get in, which I'm grateful for, but that's quite a lump of damage.
Well, we're going to have to cut it out and fix that. Bastards. But they didn't get in. They didn't get in.
That's bent.
Well, yeah, that's fine. It's alright, they didn't get in. And it's damaged the inside as well. These are really thin boards, so we are
bloody glad we fitted
these, yeah. They tried to open it, they couldn't. They've run off when the alarm went off. I bet it's when the alarm went off.
We'd only just got here then.
Yeah, fuckers. Still, bike's on the back, everything else is alright. We're just going to have to keep an eye on that, and well, job when I get home then. So, let's go climbing, she said. It'll be fun, she said.
I don't know how to go up or down from here.
And if you jump up...
No, don't, the pole is moving. Oh my god.
But we do have a lovely view of the seaside. This spider's web reminds me of my kids climbing on one in Tenerife. Or Fuerteventura or something like that, years and years ago.
I used to climb up them, but I don't know how to get down.
It's sand, you'll fall, you'll be soft at the bottom. Right, now it's time, after a little disaster today, to go and have a beer and some dinner.
Yes. Maybe down.
She got down in one piece.
Only just. I feel as though my legs did things they shouldn't have done.
Apparently she says her legs aren't designed to be that wide open.
No, I said my feet aren't designed to be this far apart.
Same thing.
My foot got stuck and the rest of me kept falling. It's raining.
Again.
We've come to see a funny man having a squat.
He looks like he's squatting.
He does. He looks like, having just been to Asia, he looks as though he has assumed the position. He's having a moment to himself, also known as having a poo.
So this thing is actually called the Crouching Man, but locally is known as the Pooing Man. And Claire is doing something very inappropriate that will get us banned. Can you jump up and like I'll do a like you've pooed? Poop. There you go. So Claire is a poo.
Poop.
It does look like it's just been dumped on the path.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be bolted down or anything, it's just dumped there. Very good. Thanks Holland, other than Scroach trying to break into our motorhome, and it's been raining for the whole 3 weeks here, it's been okay. Would you have said it's okay?
It's okay. It hasn't rained every day. We have had a couple of very nice days.
The tulip days?
The tulip days were lovely. We have come to another star-shaped fort town thing, bit like Gravelines. This one is called Volendam.
Gravelines.
Gravelines. This one is called Volendam and it's right on the Netherlands-Germany border.
We had a night in Germany last night because we couldn't find anywhere to park in the Netherlands that was free. So we literally went 10 kilometres into Germany.
Wasn't even that, was it?
Free car park.
Oh, it was lovely. It was a shooting school car park which you can use. They're apologetic that they don't have a toilet and shower block for you to use.
A little scarily for me though is we're in Germany and there's a shooting school. Didn't work out from last time very well, did it?
Anyway, we're at Volendam, star-shaped fort. We're going to go and see how pretty it is.
The lands between Germany and the Netherlands were historically a boggy area that was separated by a spit of sand. This was built in the 1500s on that spit of sand as a defence.
By William the Orange. It was extended twice in the 1700s and then
abandoned in the 1800s?
In the 1800s and sold off as private land. And then in the 1900s, in 1960 something, there was talks about rebuilding it and repopulating it, which was done
about 1972.
Yes, he remembers 1972. Most of the buildings here do seem to be businesses, so hotel, B&B, restaurant, shops, that kind of thing. There are a few houses. I'm guessing anybody that lives here must be something to do with it because there's staff wandering around, and it is pristine. It is beautiful.
And a lot smaller than I expected.
It is a lot smaller. It is a lot smaller. It's interesting and it's lovely to walk around. If it wasn't raining again.
So this morning we've come to Loenen or something like that.
Loenen, I reckon.
Loenen, to see the largest waterfall in the Netherlands, which is
50 feet and man-made.
That's the largest. But 50 feet's quite high here. I mean, that to them is a mountaineering. Yes. Let's show you it. Many years ago I went to Zimbabwe and saw Victoria Falls. They were impressive. You've probably seen in a few videos beforehand the waterfalls that we saw in Laos. This
and
Thailand. This is the biggest waterfall in the Netherlands. Hold your breath a second while I pan round. Remember, the biggest. It starts there. And well, that's it. That is the biggest waterfall in the Netherlands.
They put some nice rocks in it to make it look pretty.
To be honest, I'm going to walk in the middle of the waterfall with my not waterproof boots, and that's it. There's 3 of those. To be honest, I've seen garden ornaments with more water running down than this. I bet they're very proud of it though.
All Mickey taking aside, they haven't done this as a tourist attraction. It's part of a canal system, and it's just how the water drops down the hill. That's all.
Other than the smallest waterfall in the planet, sorry, other than the smallest big waterfall in the planet, it's very, very lovely around here. Beech trees are in their full colours, the vibrant greens, birds. It's a nature reserve, I'm guessing. I don't really know. It is beautiful here.
Feels a little bit like home. It's very sandy, peaty forest, which is what we're used to from where we come from.
So we've come to this country park near Arnhem, and Claire's going to tell us what it's called in a minute, but before that, that's famous for these walks through beach arches. Look at the size of those. So they're beach arches.
It's a tunnel.
A tunnel, beach tunnels.
I think, I don't know how to pronounce it, Groenbedsti. Maybe.
I actually think these beach tunnel trees are taller than the waterfalls just shown you. That was meant to be the tallest, and hang on a second, look at this. Oh, Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe-esque, isn't it?
Isn't it?
How cool is that?
There's a lot of planning to do this, wasn't it?
Huge amounts of planning to do this. Long-term planning. These were all planted individually. Loads are tied together, but all the branches are kind of knotted together. So 3.5 weeks in Holland, the Netherlands, Holland especially, it's so flat. This tunnel is on a hill. We are both completely and utterly knackered walking up here, even though we've been walking pretty much every day and getting 10,000 steps in regular. It's all been on the flat. One day I think we did a 10,000 step day, and the elevation rise was something like 100 feet.
We're not knackered, we're out of breath.
Which is good, working hard.
But we need to get some hills in when we get back.
So just to show you, van life isn't always as exciting as you think it is. Look at today's weather. It is May, about the 13th, 12th, maybe 11th, mid-May in Europe. I know the whole summer's been rubbish so far, but look at this.
This is deep water. I am not comfortable driving this. Certainly not in something as tall as this.
Our plan was to go to a place called baarle-nassau, something like that. Yeah. I'll show you on the map. It's a place that historically has Belgian and Dutch enclaves all together, so you kind of walk through the streets going from one to the other. We were going to go there this morning, but the weather was horrendous, and when it finally stopped raining about 11 o'clock, we decided it's too late to bother. We're just going to sit here. So we're on this farm. It's actually in Belgium, and again I'll put it on the map. It's like a little novel inside Belgium. On this farm, it's 10 euros a night. It's got you can drop your waste, and they've got fresh water and toilets, toilet drop. It's lovely here, but Claire is doing paperwork. She's sorting out how much money we've spent, and I don't want to do that, so I'm going to go for a cycle. But I'm going to go and cycle to the Belgian border. No, yes, to the Belgian-Dutch border, just for fun. It's only 15 minutes away. I might even go all the way to baarle-nassau or whatever and have a mooch around. It's a little windy, so I'll shout, but behind me is Belgium, and in front of us, where the stones finish and the tarmac starts, is the official line for the Netherlands. So that there is no confusion, The Netherlands part of this city is called baarle-nassau, and the Belgian is baarle-hertog. Two cities intermingled. I'll show you a map of it. Very, very confusing. 31 individual enclaves. So really, this is all I've come to see. I'm standing right foot in the Netherlands, left foot in Belgium. The border runs down, across the middle of the road and over to the restaurant. That restaurant is on the left hand side, and those two tables you can sit one side Holland, Belgium, the other side Netherlands. And that's about it. I don't think there's much more here. I've seen what I wanted. Heading back. After my cycle yesterday, we decided to stay on this campsite for a second night because it was just so lovely, overlooking the fields. It was just so peaceful. We're off for a walk somewhere apparently. Claire will tell you where.
An open air museum, can't remember what it's called. Hang on, he puts me under this pressure. Het Klankenbos.
Het Klankenbos, here we come. So the place that Claire's brought us to, that she told you about a couple of minutes ago, and I can't remember the name again, is a sensory garden, sensory forest, and we're in Belgium at the moment. There's noises of woodpeckers up in the trees, which are deliberate, and then these set of great big tin cans joined by wires, with some really weird noises inside. Odd.
So they're connected together, but the wires are also connected to the trees, and so the vibrations in the trees resonate down to these two huts.
You got these things which set off as you walk past them. So this pipe is basically a giant flute. So we're going to go in and be fluted.
Just what my headache means.
So this is the blowy end of the flute that seems to be blowing when it's shut. And when Claire opens it, it stops. Oh, what a weird, no echo now. But when she shuts it, it echoes like God knows what. I'm going to send her up there as well now. She's going to love that. If you watched any of our videos, you'll know Claire likes to get on a children's play frame and then not know how to get down. So she's got all the way there, but yet again she's now not sure how to get down. Oh, there's a step. That makes a nice change. Yay! I don't know how much you can hear it, but this thing has a picture of FA2, whatever that is.
It's in micro intervals of 1/9 of a tone, if that means anything to anybody.
It don't mean nothing to me. Bejesus, this scared me. I walked up to it to try and give it a shake. I've now seen the sign that says don't touch, and it started by itself. It absolutely made my heart pound. Yes, another interesting piece of work. I came round here.
They're still shaking down there.
That's connected. They're all interconnected. Where one starts, they all kind of go. Weird, weird, weird. The Belgians aren't just boring, they're also weird.
The person that designed this, the original experiment, actually triggered a small earthquake.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And his name? Nikola Tesla.
Well, there you go.
So a couple of hours drive on, we have now come to the tallest point in mainland Netherlands, European Netherlands. And it's at the point where three countries meet. We've got
Germany
behind me.
We've got Belgium there. And we got the Netherlands there. As Claire says, it's the tallest point on mainland Europe of the Netherlands.
Yep.
At something like 350 metres less than 350 metres tall.
And the literal translation of the bit we're stood in is hill in Belgium.
The tallest point of the Netherlands, by the way, is in the Caribbean, on one of the islands.
Yes.
So this is the actual point, as you can see the stone there. So we're in the Netherlands, you can see on the floor. I'm going to go right into Belgium, and I'm going to do a dash across the Netherlands to get into Germany. Oh, look at that, 3 countries: Germany, Netherlands, Belgium. So I'm in Belgium. I'm in Germany and Belgium, but I'm straddling the Netherlands. I'm straddling, look at that. Having had a couple of chuff too many last night, Claire is
They were 9%.
somewhat struggling, so she needed a big portion of chips, a €3 can of Fanta, and hopefully a smile now the sun's out. Good chips though, yeah?
They're really hot. Can't talk, they're too hot.
Oh god, if only I could have hot chips all the time. So we just showed you the highest point in the Netherlands, and the next bit was going to be the highest point in Belgium, which is just a couple of hours drive away. Unfortunately, when we got there it was closed. It looked like there was some sort of race going on. So about half an hour past that, we're in the woods in Belgium. We're gonna head to Luxembourg.
If you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and join us next time as we explore Luxembourg City.
My, could they look bored doing that.